Hi guys, welcome back. Just a quickie today. I'm just trying to answer some of the questions one of my subscribers has sent. A gentleman called John Paul, I believe he's in the States. I think it was on the last video that I posted. He'd been watching the chuck that I've been using to turn down some drive centres out of a piece of extremely hard bar that I'd picked up on my travels. I think it started life as a anti-roll bar off a truck, so it's tough stuff, and it's been ideal to make a drive centre out of. And this is the chuck that I had it mounted in, and John Paul realised it was a collet chuck, but he said he hadn't seen one before, so I thought I'd just do a quick explanation. He wasn't sure how he'd seen me using the chuck key, but he wasn't sure how the collet was drawn into the body. So it's basically like any other collet chuck. There's a chamfered internal part that matches these are the collets for them. It's a Bernard multi-size collet chuck this. I've got all the different sizes of collets, and it's an extremely useful piece of kit, but very expensive I believe when they were new, but as the years have gone by and they become more available, they're still expensive, but they are a decent piece of kit. This is one of the collets that goes into them, and all the sides are spring loaded, so can you see it moving there? As it's pulled into the chamfer, it closes down onto the workpiece. And the way these work, they just when it's mounted onto the lathe, they're just placed inside the chamfer. There's a keyway slot in the collar, matches up with the key that's in the body itself, and the gentleman before me had the wisdom to mark key, scribe key onto the closing collar, so you know that lines up with the key. And then once you locate the key, the threads engage, and then as you tighten them up, presumably there's some kind of scroll device inside that turns the body and then pulls the closing collar down into the chamfer, which in turn puts pressure onto the collet. So that's how that works, John Paul, if you're watching this. Another question, he'd seen me using this carbide tip cutting tool, and wanted to know a bit more about this. Now, yesterday when I put that video up, this is the first time I've ever used this, and it's a superb piece of equipment. I'm presuming it's homemade. It certainly looks homemade. There's no maker's name on it, but it's got an extremely small circular carbide tip that's brazed on it. But if you look, it's a really clever design. Because of the small size of that tip, there's a lot of pressure involved, and whoever's designed it has machined, presumably it was a round bar originally, down to this shape, and any cutting force, which yesterday was a lot on that piece of bar, any cutting force, instead of being just transferred down through a small section, because of the shape of it, it's spread over a much larger area. Presumably you can buy these carbide pieces this small, I don't know. But as I say, yesterday was the first time I've used that, and it worked extremely well, so I can see me using that much more often, possibly being a go-to cutting tool when I've got some tough stuff to machine. Now, I was looking on my YouTube analytics earlier. I've got quite a few views now, so the analytics have started coming through, and apparently I've got 100% male viewers, I should say, Mostly older gentlemen, one or two younger ones, but mostly older ones. But unfortunately no females. And that was the main reason I started the YouTube channel, to try and attract some of the opposite sex, but up to now no joy. Now, if you are a female and you watch my videos and you've got any questions on shoes or handbags, as you can tell from my footwear, I'm probably not the best person to be asking. That gives me an idea for my next video, how to make some odor eaters. So yeah, if you've got any, let me just move that out of the way, it's making me sick. If you've got any questions on handbags or shoes, I suggest, excuse the camera movement, I suggest you give these people a visit. I think that's got it there. I'll just bring it round. Yeah, these gentlemen have YouTube channels, and they're probably far more likely to know more about shoes and handbags than I am.